Choli, Assistant Professor in LJ Institute of Engineering and Technology in Department of Electronics and Communication. This video is about subject Analog and Digital Communication System. So friends, in the last video, we learned about the various schemes for converting the analog signals into the digital one. We learned about the technique which is the PCM, DPCM, ADPCM. Okay, so now as we know that in the PCM, n number of binary digits are transmitted per quantized sample. Hence, there is the requirement of the sampling rate and the transmission bandwidth, that is the high. So due to solve that particular problem, the another method in which only the one bit which is transmitted for the quantized sample. So that method is known as the delta modulation. So here in the first diagram, we will get the idea about what we have to do in the delta modulation. So here in the first diagram, you can see that the empty, that is the original signal, which is the continuous time signal. This is the output of the encoder. Okay, so now this is the output you can see, and this is the output, that is the decoder. So now the voice input, the empty signal which is transmitted. Here we need to generate the one signal which is the predicted output. What we will do? We will find out the difference between the signal, okay, that is the original signal, and the predicted output. Now if that predicted output, that is the positive, the one step, okay, that we need to increase. So similarly over here you can see that we have the output, that is the staircase output, and which is similar to this particular waveform. Okay, so now in the delta modulation, it's the simplest method for converting the analog signal into the digital one. Again, it uses the 1 bit per sampling period in the PCM and bit per sampling period, so that by the transmission bandwidth that required, that is again more. Okay, so it is also known as the 1 bit ADC. In the delta modulation, it requires a sampling rate that is much greater than the Nyquist rate. It is commonly 4 or more times the Nyquist rate. Okay, now this is closely related to the DPCM which we learned earlier. Okay, now in the DM we will use the first order predictor and the one time delay TS, that is the predictor. It uses the very simple hardware, and also this is of the low cost, and the transmitted output of a binary stream of a plus or minus delta pulses at fs. It gives the stepwise approximation of MQT to the message signal MT. Okay, so now this is the block diagram at the transmitting end. What we have? We have the empty signal. We have the comparator. Okay, now the empty signal input that goes to the comparator. Now initially the first bit, that is the difference bit, that is given to the accumulator, and accumulator output which is produced by this integrator, that is the MQT. Now this the summer, okay, that will generate the output, that is the MT minus MQT. Okay, now we know that here there is a comparator. Now if the empty signal is greater than the MQT, the comparator output, that is the high, means it's a 1. And if the empty less than MQT, okay, the comparator output is less. So that is 0. So according to it, it will generate the output that could be either 1 or the 0. So this way, that is an increment, okay, in the step size, and we will get the output. So now here you can see that the delta difference, okay, fine. So according to that, the sampled values that is generated. and according to that the sample generated, here there is a step will be generated, okay, and that can be of the equal size. Okay, so now this is the delta modulation waveform. So here you can see that we have the signal. Fine. Now what we have, that you can see that, okay, here in this particular diagram what we have, so we have this kind of the slope in our original signal. Now the delta modulator which will be generating the output, okay, it's what the staircase waveform of the constant step size. So sometimes what happened, now when there is the small variation into the slope, okay, then what happened, that it won't follow the staircase waveform, that will not follow this particular the waveform. Okay, so at that time what happened, we don't get the output value, okay, that is as same as the input one. So due to that the noise could be arrived, okay, in the output of the delta modulation, and that is referred to as a slope overload. So here you can see the output waveform, okay, for the difference, okay, that the either it can be the plus delta or it can be the minus delta, that depends upon the value of the MT minus MQT, mean the original signal and the quantized output. So in the delta modulation process, okay, we need to remember it that my MK signal, okay, MT signal, okay, now the output of this, okay, that is taken, initially we will take the 0, okay, because there is no output, because the comparator output will be not generated. So now here you can see that the MPRED predicted output, that is given to the comparator. So comparator is having the two input, one is the MK, another one is the M predict of K. Okay, so now what happens, the comparator will generate the output. If MK is greater than the MPRED of K, then what happens, whatever the output will be generated by this binary quantizer, that is the 1, and here we have the plus 1 output plus delta output. Fine. Now it is given to this particular thing. Okay, so this accumulator output, okay, it will be always generating that kind of the pulse. Okay, so we can say that if the MK minus MPRED of K, that is positive, then the EQ of K is the minus delta, and if MK minus MPRK, okay, is negative, okay, then the PEQK is equal to the plus delta. Okay, and the sampling rate, okay, that RB is equal to Fs is equal to 1 by Ts, and then rate, okay, we have, and what is the transmission bandwidth? It is the greater than the RB, that is the requirement of the bits, divided by the 2. Okay, so in the delta modulation, okay, at the transmitting end we need to perform that task. Now at the receiving end, what we have? We have the output from the channel. Now that output is what? So that is nothing but the DQK output that we are receiving. Okay, so now that all the values that is stored in the accumulator, all the values that is integrated, and the integrated output that will have, that is the MQT, and which is this, that is in the staircase form, okay, and that is passed through the low pass filter. So we have the output signal, that is what? So that output signal, that is our original signal. Okay, so this way we have such kind of the signal. So I said that in the delta modulation, okay, according to the original signal, okay, according to the particular the waveform here, the step size, okay, that is the constant, and sometimes what happens, when there is gradually the change in the sequence, okay, and if the staircase waveform does not follow the original signal, then we don't have the accurate original signal. So what we should do, so for that, okay, if our step size that can be also varied, according to our input signal. So we can say that my step size, that is the adaptive. Okay, then what we have? We have the original signal as well as it can remove. Okay, so we can address the slope overload problem with the adaptive DM. Okay, so usefulness of the adaptive delta modulation, that is what? So using the adaptive delta modulation, we can remove the problem, that is of the slope overloading. Okay, so of course it does not add more complexity to its implementation. So here you can see in the diagram that the step size that can be varied. Okay, now here you can see that initially the one value is there. Okay, the signal that is also not varying the particular shape, then you can see that according to that the 1 0 1 1. Now you can see that there is again the change in the signal. Then what we need to do, that to reach the original signal, the size of the steps that can be varied, and it is the 2 delta. Later again, there is again what? The small change in the signal, then the step size to reach to the original signal. Okay, that is 3 delta, 5 delta, 2 delta. So that is why, okay, what happened? That the step size, okay, if you are keeping the constant step size, you can see that this is what? This is the constant step size and it does not follow the original signal. Okay, so that is why what happened, that we will not get the original signal in the output waveform. Okay, so that is why the adaptive delta modulation, that is the more accurate, okay, than the delta modulation. It will solve the problem which is known as the slope overloading problem. Okay, so this is the comparison between the PCM, DPCM and the delta modulation. Number of bits per sample in PCM, it is the 4 bit, 8 bit, 16 bit and so on as we discussed. In the DPCM, typically 4 to 6 bits, okay, and the requirement of the bits, that is comparatively lesser than the PCM. And in the DM, only the 1 bit per quantized sample. The bandwidth requirement in the PCM, that is the higher compared to the DPCM. DPCM, the lower bandwidth required than the PCM, and in the delta modulation, the lowest bandwidth that is required. Step size in the PCM, that was the fixed. In the DPCM it is fixed. Also in the DM it is fixed. But in the ADM, okay, that is the adaptive. Sampling rate in the PCM it's 8 kHz. In the DPCM it is again 8 kHz. And in the DM it is the 64 to 128 kHz. The beat rate in the PCM, that is the fixed 56 kbps and the 64 kbps, means the 64,000 bits are transmitted per second. Okay, in the DPCM it is the 32 to 48 kbps and it is the highest one in the DM, it is the 64 to 128 kbps. The quantization error, okay, that we know that depends on the quantization levels, quantization noise, okay, in case of the PCM. Okay, in the DPCM, again the slope overload, the granular noise, okay, that we obtain. And in case of the DM, again the problem is the slope overloading and the granular noise. Okay, so to solve all these problems, what we have next, which we studied, that is the adaptive delta modulation. Okay, so this is about the delta modulation and the adaptive delta modulation. Okay, so slope overload distortion and the granular noise. Okay, so here what I said, that here you have the granular noise, means this signal, okay, that overcomes to this part of the signal. Okay, so here again what we have, we don't have the original signal back, okay, but there is the variation between these two signals, so that produces the noise. And the slope overloading problem means while the step size is constant and it does not follow the variations in the input signal, then we don't receive the original signal. It won't follow the original signal, and you can see that the slope over load distortion. Okay, so that is the slope over load distortion in the delta modulation that transmits the derivative of the MT. Okay, so message signal is suppose the AM cos 2 pi FMT, then dMT of dt, that is 2 pi FM AM. Okay, and that is less than 2 pi B. So where F is less than B, okay, slope over load means the MQT cannot follow MT, and we have the condition that is omega m AM that less than delta Fs, or omega m AM Ts that less than delta. Okay, so here we have this the signal. Okay, so now the quantization or the granular noise in the delta modulation. So here again you can see the diagrams. Okay, that my MT sinusoidal signal. Okay, this is what MQT signal. According to that, this step size that's not constant, it is the varied. Okay, and you can see over here that in the output waveform how do we are getting according to the delta value. Okay, so this way the quantization or the granular noise that is also present in the delta modulation. So this is what, so this is the graph of the signal to noise. Okay, quantization noise, and here the step size. Okay, so while the slope over load dominates, okay, we get this kind of the diagram. So assuming the modulation signal is sinusoidal, then the S0 by NQ, it is 3Fs upon AM FM from the previous value, and the time average of the n square t. Okay, we have the value, it is the 3 upon 8 pi square Fs cube upon Fm square of m, where the overload condition is just met and B is the bandwidth of the receiver. So SQNR that increases by the 9 dB for each doubling in the Fs. So this is regarding the delta modulation and the adaptive delta modulation. Thank you very much everyone.